Hey!
Ah! It's like we were singing for a second. Hello.
I'm never going to attempt to get that high again. I
I can
You
go
know
higher,
what? I
but
think
I
the
don't
whole
know.
time we've ever done this podcast, I don't think we've ever once introed with, "Hey, welcome to Those Girls on the Podcast. Here's everybody we have here," like a normal fucking podcast.
I think we did that. I think we did that in the
Normalcy is
beginning.
overrated.
Now we just don't
Yeah, we
care
don't give a
anymore.
shit.
yeah, seriously, yeah, no. I did the countdown
Again,
today.
you're really proud of yourself.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. It took me a while to remember what comes after 2.
That's what that pause was.
No, it wasn't just dramatic effect, I assure you.
You guys, I turned on my computer this morning, I got on Facebook, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Ellen Page is a lesbian. It just happened.
When you turn your computer on tomorrow, who's going to be a lesbian?
Hopefully, Mila Kunis or something, I don't know. Rumor has
Yeah,
it, her and
definitely.
Ashton Kutcher are gonna get married, though, so I'm out of Mila
thought
Kunis
Helen
there, so.
I thought she'd
I don't know why, but I'm just going to say Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
She'll be the lesbian the next.
Helen Mirren. She looks great in a
Yeah.
bikini.
I know, she looks really good for her age.
She really does. She's a beautiful woman.
And then, the next day, it'll be like, Martin Freeman is gay, and and then everyone will either be sad or, really happy.
Hoping. Then the next
Fan
day,
fiction will see
What, Fran?
and then the next day, Benedict
Yeah, maybe.
Cumberbatch, and the
And the
perfect.
internet will die.
Yep.
The internet will implode.
No, because then people will be happy because it's like, Sherlock and Watson are gay now. It's official.
That's the goal. That is
Yeah.
the goal. But
Fan figures away!
Martin Freeman's married, so that's
he
never going to
really?
happen. Big time.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I want to talk about, talking of Benedict Cumberbatch, actually, there was the very interesting article you posted about how he looks
My
like an
favorite
upset.
article, my favorite headline of this week was Benedict Cumberbatch being quoted as saying, I mainly only do period pieces because I look weird, or something like that. What was the headline? Someone look it up. It was really funny that he was quoted saying that. It was super funny.
I think it's funny because at least he knows that he fits into a niche market. But then at the same time, you shouldn't really typecast yourself. No, that's not the best thing in Hollywood because then you're just stuck doing these roles for potentially forever.
But the thing is, he is so popular now that I don't think there's any chance of that happening. And I think also that's become, people are really bored with the kind of obvious attractiveness now. I've
Being attractive is boring.
Well, yeah, it does seem to, if you look at the people that are kind of, idolized now, it's Benedict Cumberbatch, who are some other weird-looking people, Irish guy from Bridesmaids, Tom
Tom
Hiddleston.
Hiddleston is weird looking.
Yeah, fuck you, Fran.
Tom Hiddleston's awesome. But no, I mean, okay, maybe not weird-looking, but he's
John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Yeah, with his, overlapping teeth. No, Tom Hiddleston, it's more that he's not a hunky, man's man. He's a bit kind of, he's intelligent.
He just has high, delicate cheekbones. That's not his fault.
He's a beautiful man. I'm going to look this headline up for
No, I
Greer.
got it. He said, the headline is, Benedict Cumberbatch says he was born to play period roles because he looks weird.
At least he's honest.
Funnily enough, we were just talking about being on our period.
He was in a BAFTA interview saying he can play big roles in any... people were saying, he could play big roles in any decade. He replied, "That's the blessing of having a weird face. Somewhere between an otter and something people find vaguely attractive. I've grown up with this face, and it has been in the industry for 10 years. I am in the hottest top 10s now, when I wasn't in the top 1,000 when I started. I started out not a typical beauty. I have a long neck and a long face that is usually period. So that is some kind of inbreeding, so I will run with that."
That's awesome.
I can wear some high collars and ride a horse or two. I'm fine with that.
I'm glad he didn't elaborate on the inbreeding. I have a really interesting bit of trivia about Benedict Cumberbatch.
He really is an otter?
That he really is an otter, yes, that is it. But also, slightly less unbelievable, although still pretty unbelievable, is he was once kidnapped.
Really?
Big time.
What?
He was kidnapped. He was in Africa, and a gang held a gun up to him, put him in the back of their trunk.
Is that an Onion article, or is that like a real thing?
That is a real thing. You can look it up.
That doesn't sound like an Onion thing, because those are funny. That doesn't sound funny.
Well, it's kind of depending on how twisted your sense of humor is.
Yeah, Fran.
Yeah. What can I say? I mean, no, I did.
Why was he kidnapped? He wasn't.
They'll kidnap anyone that looks white over there, won't they? Not to be racist, but
that's
not to be racist, but I just said something incredibly racist.
That's what you always say before you say something racist.
I think it was just to intimidate him. I don't think he had anything that they particularly wanted. But it's mad, right? I mean, how do you emotionally recover from something like that? I don't know.
I don't know either. Like that's pretty scary.
They already don't leave the house.
I would just,
Yeah, it's completely absurd. But I did laugh when I heard it.
Yeah.
Fran. Leave that
you can laugh. He's apparently fine now, so it's okay.
That's true, and it's one of those. Yeah, after a certain amount of time has passed, it's acceptable to laugh at horrible things. What was I gonna say? I'm really, really happy about Linkara and Welshie kissing in the bloopers for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre review.
Funny as shit.
I wish I was there. I'm just, I wish I could have somehow been involved, even though that would have been stupid. Because, like, I was at MagFest, like, I don't know if they needed a camera person, but that's just wishful thinking.
I mean, I've been nagging Welshie, Matt Williams, hello Matt, obsessively about appearing in another one of his reviews. For those of you that don't know, I appeared as a girl version of him. The makeover fairy turned him into a girl, and I kind of played that part.
I remember
Your Welsh
that.
accent's really good.
My Welsh accent is shit hot. Or no, at least it was. I tried to do one again.
Did you just call it good or bad? I can't tell.
Oh, shit hot is good.
All right.
But now it's just shit. It's completely vanished, my ability to do a Welsh accent. I don't know why I made practice, but don't tell Matt that. That's between us.
Yeah, don't tell him, people who are listening.
That's right. I don't think he listens anymore.
No.
Wait, so you said you wanted him to do another thing with Linkara?
I'd love to. I mean, one thing I'm convinced of now is that he's not really leaving the site.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually pissed because 2 MagFests ago, they filmed another crossover and it's never been released, and I don't know why. Nobody knows why.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Dodge Scion told me all about it because she was the camera girl. She said that they at Welshie and Linkara filmed a crossover for Dead Silence.
Oh my god.
And she kept saying how great it was, but it never, I don't know, they never worked.
Maybe something happened to it.
Maybe it's cursed.
Maybe it's cursed.
I think that's the only logical conclusion.
I would have liked to have seen it though. I bet it would have been awesome, but I guess we'll never know.
Well, maybe we will. There's still time. I mean, if it still exists.
I hope
Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Maybe that's the reason.
Incessantly about it. I'm going out tonight with my sister and her really, really cool friends, and I am totally gonna try and get laid.
You should. Any more luck with that guy that you talked about last week?
Oh, no, that would be completely inappropriate. No, that's a bridge that I will never cross. Just within your reach, but you're just like, Don't want to get fired. No, that's
completely out of your reach, even though it's completely within your reach.
A relative of someone I work with came into work last week, and he was beautiful. But for those of you that know what I do, you know that I could never. I work for MI5. That being the FBI. Sorry, that was a very, very British reference.
I don't know, MI5, that sounded like
I don't watch
gun.
James
I feel proud of
Bond, I
myself
don't know.
because I understood that.
I don't
I
know.
understood that reference.
I work for an old people's home, so going out with the relative of someone that I work with is a big no-no.
Gosh.
Ooh, don't get too close. It's dangerous.
No. Well, he hasn't been in again. I want to at least be able to look at his face.
Or his ass.
Aw.
Or indeed.
What else has happened this week?
What else?
Well, yesterday was Valentine's
Yeah, and
Day,
everyone stayed in except for Georgia. I had to take my stupid dog to the vet, my stupid lying dog, lying about being sick. Dogs have the emotional capacity to lie, by the way.
Because they just love going
Yeah.
to the vet, so he was just like,
My dog likes it because it smells like other dogs.
Are you serious? Animals hate
My dog
going.
likes going to the vet because it smells like other dogs. That's the only reason he likes
My
going.
parents have at least 2 cats that'll just purr when the vet comes up to them. Like, even one of them, I think, even purred up through the point where they stuck the thermometer in his butt. He's just,
Whoa!
yeah. I was like, wow, that's awkward. My cat has a warning label on her vet thing.
My dog got a thermometer stuck up his butt yesterday for the first time ever in his life, and he did not know what to do with that information. It was overloading his brain. What is going up my butt right now? That's the best out of context thing I've ever said in my life.
It kind
What
of
is going up my butt right now?
I hear a name for an
Yeah,
episode.
oh my god.
That'll definitely get
I don't know why
views.
that reminded me of this, but I was playing Cards Against Humanity online yesterday, the Pretend You're Zizzy or whatever, and
Yesterday, so was I think. Yeah.
got the best card combination, and I made the greatest card I think I have ever played, and I'm super proud of it. I posted about it on Facebook, but it was I had the whole card when I put in my white cards, the entire thing read out: sex, hours of fun, easy to use, perfect for lots and lots of abortions.
Whoa!
That is impressive.
Because I had the
Mama.
sex in all caps sex card, and then I had another card that said lots and lots of abortions. And I said,
Wow.
this is the best. And I won. I got a point with that card, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
Fair play to you. Yeah, I take my hat off to you, sir.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, is right.
It was great.
But
So,
let's-
you know, like, you know how on Facebook they have those streams of just like the latest news, and that's probably where you saw that Ellen Page
Uh-huh.
is gay.
Hmm.
What I keep seeing is that there's gonna be a Beetlejuice 2.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
saw
think it's
that.
been confirmed. I think Michael Keaton said he confirmed that he has talked about it with Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Oh.
Incredible.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, it'll probably happen anyway, since you know everything's being rebooted.
Well, yeah, and people that would be a moneymaker, to be honest. People would go and see that.
Like, the thing is, like, it'd be different if it was different people involved and it was, like, an actual, like, reboot, like, just doing the
Yeah,
first
but it's gonna
film
be
again.
the same people.
But-
What it looks like. Michael Keaton is obviously interested, and so is Tim Burton.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Michael Keaton, it's Tim Burton, and it's a sequel. Like, that is going to kick
It probably
ass.
will.
I'm
I would
excited
hope
about that. I'm also...
Well, if it is a sequel, then what would it be about? Because like, don't they all move in the house and they live happily ever after?
Maybe it'd be
So,
another
like,
family.
What would happen next?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. I mean, it's kind of difficult to predict. I mean,
Yeah.
like, there are a million things that they could do with that idea, because it's just, the idea itself is so weird.
Yeah.
I remember the Beetlejuice cartoon. Does anyone remember
I never
that?
watched it, but I know about it.
Vaguely. Yeah.
I do, because I saw that first way before I saw the movie. So,
In terms
I like
of
the
cartoons of like popular movies, like obviously there was a whole spate of them in the 90s, and actually, like, they were pretty good. Like, it was around the time where animation for kids was just really good, and like the Mask cartoon, the real Ghostbusters, like, yeah, millions of examples of really good ones. One really awful one, I don't know whether any of you guys have seen this, was the Little Shop of Horrors cartoon.
Was there a Little Shop of Horrors
I
cartoon?
didn't know that existed.
There was, and it was basically Audrey 2 wasn't evil. Audrey 2 was their friend.
Aw.
Seymour and Audrey were little kids. And the whole thing was just, it was completely neutered. And the animation was terrible, the voices were terrible. Like, it's one of the most, like, if you look the theme tune up, it is one of the most baffling things you'll ever see. Like, particularly if you're a fan of the movie.
That just sounds strange.
So, like, they had like Muppet babies, so this would be like Little Shop of Horror babies?
I guess so, yeah. Muppet Babies makes me cry, though.
In a good way or bad
Why?
way?
I remember really disliking
Muppet
it as a
Babies
kid.
was rad as shit.
I love Muppet Babies! Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
They were so, I can't remember why, because it's been, like, forever since I've seen it.
I don't
but
think
used
I
to
was
love
ever
them.
that
Years
into
later,
it.
they made, not the same people, but, they made, a Looney Tunes Babies cartoon.
Oh,
that
was weird.
I didn't like that.
Yes! I saw it was mediocre.
It was strange.
I don't know.
What I think would be great is, now that Ricky Gervais is in the new Muppet movie, if they did a Muppet Babies with baby Ricky
Oh my
Gervais.
god. One can only hope that they will reboot Muppet Babies.
That would immediately be a show that I would watch.
Oh.
How adorable.
Or just Ricky Gervais Babies. Why not? Just Ricky Gervais Babies with
That would
Stephen
be
Merchant Babies.
strange as fuck. Don't even, because he won't hear this,
How
but
big-
he'll start cracking ideas.
Yes, he will.
What if I can CGI my head onto a baby? Like fucking baby geniuses or some shit. No.
That's
No,
creepy.
but I
I'm
would
done
watch
with
the hell out.
CGI live action babies. I'm done with them. They're creepy.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that I can really recall, though, is the Mask baby, the son of Mask.
Oh god.
Well,
That
baby
was
geniuses. Got it.
Oh,
I
horrible.
saw that first one in theaters, I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus Christ.
And being the stupid 10-year-old I was, I loved it.
Wow.
It's
Well, I mean, when you're a kid, you don't have
Oh, yeah, I
taste,
know.
you know? You gotta
Okay,
cultivate that.
that is interesting, though. We were talking about this last week, like the whole thing of, like, there are films that even as a kid you know are bad, and then there are films that you only realize they're bad when you're an
I
adult.
mean, I think when you're young, I think the basis, most likely, like the basis when I was a kid on whether or not I liked a film was whether it scared me or not. If it scared me, I didn't like it. If I thought it was scary, I didn't like it. If it wasn't scary, if
yeah.
nothing in it scared me, then I loved it.
See, do you know what? Like, maybe I'm misremembering how intelligent I was as a child. That's very, very likely. But I think the movies that I liked as a kid were actually quite good. Like, if I look at the films that I have a real affection for, like Casper, I know the NC gave it a really, really shitty review. I really like it. I think the animation's beautiful. I think it's quite moving.
Casper's alright.
I think
I
it's
loved
got
that when I was a kid.
scary bits. George of the Jungle, I think, is funny as hell, and again, really, like, well acted and, like, you know, funny. Just something as a kid and as an adult that I think, like, I feel like if I was a parent taking my kid to see that film, I would have a good time and I wouldn't be depressed.
My parents would try to show me other films, but all I wanted to watch was The Lion King and Winnie the Pooh. That's all I wanted to watch. I didn't care about anything else. I didn't care about television. I didn't care about any other movies on this world except The Lion King and, like, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. Like, that's all I cared about.
Same here. My parents would, like, get so mad because I would, every time I go to Blockbuster, I would always get the Dark Crystal. And they'd be like, you get that every single time. And I'm
That
just
movie
like,
freaked me out
it.
as a kid.
It's really
I love Dark Crystal.
I read
It's
the
awesome.
book when I was a
I've
kid.
seen
Like,
it.
they had the storybook or whatever. I had that book. I thought it was awesome.
You know that thing of kids wanting to see things over and over and over again? Like, it's really interesting. Like, you know that insane kids show, the Teletubbies?
Yeah.
There's a segment on that where they have these TVs on their stomachs, and they'll play.
I know, it's like Videodrome. It's crazy.
It's nuts, right? But they'll play this short film, and then the
They'll play it
television
again.
will go again,
Yeah.
again, play it again. But they've completely harnessed what children
Exactly.
like.
In their bellies. They feed on children's dreams.
They really do. I mean, the funniest thing actually about that show is the fact that when it went to America, there were a few people, I think like really conservative people on radio that thought Tinky Winky was gay and were there
Because
for
that's what people should be
Stupid.
concentrating on when they watch the Teletubbies. What Tinky Winky prefers in his butt.
Yeah, not that
That's
it's
not
absolutely-
inappropriate in any way.
Well, exactly. I think if you're focusing that hard on what Tinky Winky prefers in his butt, then you probably
I know, it's like
children.
They have the same problem with SpongeBob. Supposedly he's gay, and clearly, if anybody's gay, it would be
Yeah.
Squidward.
Well,
And-
Squidward is very
Squidward
fop.
is so
Yeah.
he's kind of like Bert from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
It's just so funny how like people get so into if characters are gay or not. Like there was I think the Nostalgia Critic said this once, that like they interviewed the guy who made Ren and Stimpy, and they asked him, do you think they're gay? And he said, I don't know, that's none of my
That's
business.
the best answer you could give. It really is.
That is totally the best answer.
But no, I mean, like,
Shit.
I give a shit, but I think it would be kind of cool if they were. Like, I think it's fun to speculate about stuff like that, but in terms of, like, a character might be gay, or there might be gay subtext that the writers
I mean,
are
I think
suggesting.
it's creepy if it's concentrated on a show that's meant for targeted to people under 5. I think that's creepy if you concentrate on like this character is probably, prefers a dick in his butt, and I'm like, that's very inappropriate to think about a show meant for toddlers, because toddlers aren't thinking about that stuff. The people who made that show weren't thinking about that stuff. You're the only one that's thinking about creepy sexual shit when you're watching a show made for toddlers. You're the creepy one. You're the inappropriate person, not this other person.
That brings up an interesting point, because I like one of the big arguments like for having gay characters on things intended for like younger people, maybe not toddlers, because that is mad, but like one of the arguments is, well, like a character being gay, that doesn't necessarily have to immediately be a sexual thing. Like, if you think about like a 10-year-old character being straight, like on a Disney Channel show, for instance, a 10-year-old character having a crush on another 10-year-old character, like, that's not a sexual thing, that's just a cute, innocent thing if they're straight. And if they're gay, it can still be a cute, innocent thing. It doesn't automatically have to be a sexual thing.
Well, no, but that's what the people who are
Yes, it
accusing...
does, 'cause that's offensive
That's
to
what the
children.
people who are accusing, people are saying, like, I think Tinky Winky is gay. Like, that's what those people are thinking.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
thinking
it
of
totally
creepy shit. Obviously.
They really are, and it's just, like, the most ridiculous, like, it's the reasoning. It's the fact that, one, the fact that he carries a handbag around, and two, the fact that he's purple. And it's like, really, anything purple now on a kid's show is automatically gay subtext. We can't have the colour purple on children's TV anymore.
Barney
We're
the
vetoing
dinosaur.
that now.
No. The only reason they got their panties in a bunch, not because of the color of them, was because of the
Here's
purse.
a handbag.
And probably because he has that voice. His voice is a little like, oh, hello, oh. It's kind of
It's
high
very
pitched.
fuck
Like,
British,
oh,
it really is.
He has a high pitched voice and a purse. Oh, he's a total
Yeah.
bag.
This just said Tinky Winky is a fag.
Tell the children we must guard them.
I always I like the version of like the stereotypical gay voice in America and the version of the stereotypical gay voice in England and how different they are. That really
Like, when I
makes me
think of
laugh.
stereotypical gay voice in England, I think of, like, Hugh Laurie and Blackadder. Like, that's what I go to.
No, like it's interesting because that's like totally wrong. It's much more like the stereotype would be much more like Northerner. Like, that's immediately what it would be. So it would be more like imagine Carl Pilkington doing like a silly high-pitched gay voice, and you'd be more in the right
Oh my
ballpark
God.
for what a gets. Yeah, can you imagine? I always think of that like, I'm trying to think of an example, but when I think of the stereotypical American gay voice, I think of that like hello.
Yeah, think of Carson Kressley.
Ah.
Carson Kressley, the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh,
yeah.
that show. Yeah, whatever happened to that show?
I don't know. It ran for a very long time, and then they just didn't want to do it anymore. So.
Well, if you watch South Park, it was they tried to take over the president, but they turned out to be evil crab people.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I remember that
And as
one.
we all know, South Park is based on fact.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So if we
This just saying Carson Kressley is a crab person.
They're trying to gay the president and take over the world.
that I just remember like listening to the commentary for that episode, and they were talking about like how they came up with the idea for crab people. They were going to have them be aliens of some kind, and crab people was just like a filler idea until they thought of something better, and then they were like, let's just go with crab people. And I think that's awesome.
Okay, so Fran, I wanted to talk about last week when you made a statement about the Lego movie.
I don't remember that.
You said, oh, this is not an exact quote, but you said something to the extent of, I think people will like it, but critics will not like it.
I don't think I said that, did
Yes,
No
you
comment.
indeed did say that. I wanted to just bring up the fact that it has, how much money has this movie made so far? About $70 million.
Wow.
Also, hundreds to 80s across the board from The Hollywood Reporter. RogerEbert.com says, everything in the Lego movie is indeed awesome. The Boston Globe says, the first great cinematic experience of 2014.
So, wait, stop. Roger Ebert rose from the dead to say how good this movie
No,
was.
his website's still going. People do reviews
Yeah,
on his
But
website.
how?
He's got like critics that he pre-approved before he died that are kind of carrying
He
on.
wasn't the only person who did reviews on his website.
Lies! He just rose from the dead. He is not dead.
Oh, I just hope he brought that other guy back with him.
Yeah, Siskel's off writing other reviews.
Anyway, so I wanted to get another statement from you about how everyone is basically loving the Lego movie, and somehow you're still skeptical about it.
Well, I'm skeptical about it too, so don't feel bad.
I have I was gonna say I have no comment at this point in time, but no, I should say that clearly I don't know shit.
That's what I wanted to get out of you.
I completely misjudged this one. I thought it'd be one of those things the audience enjoyed for about 5 minutes, and then everyone would forget about it, and the critics would maul it, and then everyone would forget about it. And no, it's meant to be like a really, really funny, visually stunning, heartfelt, critically acclaimed box office success. Which
I thought the same thing too, Fran.
Sorry?
I thought the same thing too. Like I didn't think it was gonna be anything, because it's like you can watch that shit on YouTube for free. But
Yeah. So I mean, and also, what were you going to expect? It's called the Lego Movie. You were gonna expect cash cow, made entirely of product.
I think if they really, really wanted to do a cash grab, they would have made a Lego movie about 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I think Legos peaked in their popularity years ago. You have to understand that.
well, I think they're still very popular now.
Yeah, they still are, but I feel like if they wanted to do a true cash grab, they would have done it years ago.
Yeah, I suppose that was when things like the Lego Harry Potter video game were first coming out, and like that was just starting to happen about 10 years ago. So,
you know what? Actually, if they really wanted a cash cow, they probably would have made a movie like when they were their most popular, like when they first came out. Because that's what toys did. They would they would make a toy and then they would make a movie soon after, and they would be a really shitty one.
Yeah, when they were still the shitty building blocks and not the the building blocks weren't shitty. They were awesome.
They were awesome. Like I could never build stuff with mine. I would like try, but I had a cousin who was like oh my god, he could make the craziest shit. And I was just like, Dan, how do you do that? He could make like rockets and shit. He's like, wow.
I never graduated from see, this is the thing. This is my dirty little secret. I never graduated to Lego from Duplo.
From what?
Okay, alright. Duplo were the massive building blocks for much, much smaller children.
So they're I'm trying to think of the American equivalent.
I think they're called Mega Blocks or something.
Mega Blocks, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've just sent you a picture so you can tell me whether that's an accurate...
Aww, they're adorable.
They are adorable.
Yeah, that's like Mega Blocks. They're like Fisher... That's like Fisher Price.
I know, but I could never build anything more sophisticated than that.
I couldn't really do anything with them. My sister was more into Legos.
My brother was really into Legos for years. And my parents finally... I think my parents tried to force him out of that Lego phase because he would just leave them all over the floor. And it was a nightmare to walk around the living room because there were just Lego pieces everywhere and it hurt.
Yeah, it's painful to stand on. They're the most painful.
He was the fan of Legos and Hot Wheels, the two most painful toys to step on.
That was my sister when we were growing up.
Yeah, that is a danger.
He was into Legos for many, many years. And I was into Legos too. By association, I got into them too. I think I started to get a little more into them when he started to phase out, but I'm like, no, but you don't like them anymore? And then he started to get into video games, and then by association, I got into video games.
Is your brother older or younger?
My brother is 2 years younger than me.
Oh, it's like you're the younger sibling?
Yeah, he treats me like one. He treats me like I'm an idiot. He's like, I can't believe you.
Chris, follow me around. God.
Yeah, really. That's basically it.
Best friends.
I want to hang out with him and his friends all the time, and he's like, go away.
Two of my best friends growing up were American, and they had a younger brother called George. They have a younger brother called George. And, like, the prevailing, like, statement that I used to hear flowing through their house as a teenager was like, I'm gonna try and do an American accent now. It was like, George, get out of here, God!
I did that a lot, yeah. I did that to him, and he doesn't do that to me. He'll just, like, give me, like, the stink eye.
Guys, you know the, oh, hang on. You know the, I can't believe I can't believe you've done this guy, my friend Paul.
Yes!
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes!
Yeah, there's a really, really famous YouTube video of an English guy starting out a video wearing a pair of sunglasses and getting hit in the head, and his response to this is, oh, fuck, can't believe you've done this.
Oh, yeah, I know. You said that was like a friend of yours, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that's my friend Paul.
It's like one of my favorite things of all time. I'm not even lying. That's like one of my favorite videos ever.
No, it's extraordinarily funny, but he's just released another video, guys, so I think we should watch it together.
I can't believe you did that, the second coming.
Okay, so let's all watch this together, okay? I'm gonna send it now.
Is this, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
This is his new video.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to open it.
It says currently unavailable. Let me try it again.
Log into Facebook. I need to log into Facebook.
I am on Facebook.
No!
Oh, it's not working. I can't believe you did that, Fran. It doesn't work.
I can't believe you've done this, Fran.
Yeah.
I've done this. I think maybe it's just available to his friends. He might not want another...
Well, describe it to us then.
Okay, first of all, a little bit of context. Since that video was released, Paul has not been able to get a job without people referencing. He finally...
Seriously?
He's free of it. Oh, yeah. He thought he was free of it, and then I think a couple of years ago, he left a job to go into another job. And he had gone this entire job without this video being mentioned. And on the last day, they get everyone around the computer, and they put this video
no.
on. And apparently one of his colleagues laughed so much they actually fell off a chair crying.
Wow.
But no, to describe the video to you, it's him listening to... The video is entitled Valentine's Day, and then it's about 13 seconds of him staring at his computer, listening to All By Myself, and drinking yogurt.
Oh my god.
How depressing.
Oh my god.
The weird thing is, though, is he's in every other way doing extraordinarily well at the moment. He's a journalist, he just interviewed... I mean, he's interviewed, like, Johnny Depp and people like that. Like, he's doing serious well. And he's a Game of Thrones fan, so we should get him on the show.
Friend has interviewed Johnny Depp, so you're almost interconnected somehow.
What?
Yeah. Well, if my friend has interviewed Johnny Depp, Greer, then according to 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, you are... Let me think. Paul met Johnny Depp. I know Paul. That's 2 away. You know...
I know you. That's 3 degrees of separation away from Johnny Depp.
OMG.
Oh, indeed. Well, what's interesting, actually, is that I appeared in a Welshie video. Welshie is on That Guy with the Glasses. Mara Wilson has appeared on That Guy with the Glasses. Mara Wilson, if I look her up now...
Mara Wilson was in Matilda with Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is in Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Charlie Day. Charlie Day was in Pacific Rim with Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam is in 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, we're on a roll here.
It needs to be.
Uh-huh.
There's a thing, actually. You know what? Just to make this short, there's an app on Google where you type in an actor's name and then put bacon number, and they'll just do it for you.
Oh yeah, there's a website that does that.
I know, when that first came out, I spent days on that app. But I didn't leave the house, I didn't brush my teeth, although I'm English, so that's nothing.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
normal, typical day for you.
Fran, did you find out how many degrees you are from Kevin Bacon?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay,
Fran Kilshaw.
Welshie and me, that's 1. Welshie and Mara Wilson, that's 2. Mara Wilson and Kevin Bacon.
0.
Bacon.
I mean, like, Mara Wilson was in...
It's 2! So that means I'm 4 degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm now, because I have met a lot of celebrities at, like, cons, so I want to, like, maybe I am closer degrees than that.
Yeah.
Bill Moseley, Bacon number. This was fun. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I met Bill Moseley, and Bill Moseley and Rainn Wilson appeared in House of a Thousand Corpses. Rainn Wilson and Kevin Bacon were in a movie called Super. So I am 3 degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
Oh my god!
Ellen Page was in Super.
I actually met Bill Moseley twice. So, booyah.
Fran, what are the degrees between Mara Wilson and Kevin Bacon?
Okay, Mara Wilson and Embeth Davis appeared in Matilda. Embeth Davis and Kevin Bacon appeared in Murder in the First. I can actually shorten my Bacon number, I think.
I'm 3 degrees, Fran, trying
My
to beat
Bacon
that.
number.
Okay, guys, how's this for a slice of fried gold? I've met Michael Jackson.
You've not met Michael Jackson.
I have met Michael Jackson.
When did you meet Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Context. This is absolutely true, by the way. There's no.
This is true. This is a true story.
This is a true story. When I was,
can ask your mother, and she will say that it's true.
You can ask her if you can contact my mother. She's on Facebook.
Okay.
When I was about 7, me and my family went to the Natural History Museum. There's still no punchline coming, by the way, because I know this sounds like the beginning of a joke.
In America.
No, in England.
In England. Okay.
We went to the Natural History Museum in London.
Okay.
And a man that looked very much like Michael Jackson was there with his family. And my mother and father, of course, assumed that's not Michael Jackson. It's a lookalike. So, we went up and said hello, nevertheless. and he patted both me and my sister on the head, said hello, and then the next day in the paper, it was revealed that Michael Jackson and his current wife and children had made an appearance at the Natural History Museum, the Michael Jackson.
So that was Michael Jackson.
That was Michael Jackson.
100% that was Michael Jackson.
100%. It was confirmed. There were interviews.
Oh my god.
Wow. Cool.
That's amazing.
If I look up now, Michael.
It's kind of creepy though. I wouldn't want him patting me on the head.
No. I mean,
Well, I mean, back then Michael Jackson was still like super cool, so.
Yeah, I guess.
that's true. He had had that illness by then, which made his skin white.
Yeah.
That started really early, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah,
did.
you're probably born with it.
Man, I remember when Michael Jackson was black. He looked like Bruno Mars. He really did. That's why I think Bruno Mars.
What?
I think Bruno Mars looks like a really young Michael Jackson.
Bruno Mars looks like a drag queen.
Bruno Mars is an angel. You take that fucking back.
He's a
what's-
good singer.
Again.
No.
I think
don't-
I think he sounds like a young Michael Jackson too. So.
Wow, how have I never looked at Bruno Mars's face and its
Okay,
smart
Greer,
detail?
I'm gonna have
Bruno
to,
Mars is a cutie.
He's
Greer,
hot.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that last statement. He doesn't sound like him because nobody really sounds like him.
I mean, yeah, I know that, but I mean, he has that like soul kind of R&B,
I guess.
smooth R&B voice that Michael Jackson had.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't see the attraction. Like people with Bruno Mars is so hot.
Bruno Mars is hot.
Do you know what I think it is? It's more that just he's kind of... I wouldn't necessarily sleep with him, but he's got quite an angelic face.
I'd play like Yahtzee with him or something.
Yeah, whatever Yahtzee is.
Really?
Is anyone going to explain this to me? Yahtzee?
I don't even know how to play Yahtzee.
It's a game. It's a fun
Dice
game.
game.
You put a bunch of dice in a cup and you roll them, and then depending on the numbers, that's how much you score. It's like you can
It's
get.
like poker with dice.
It's pretty fun actually, and kind of loud because you got to shake them in this cup, and it's very rattly.
It's like this hard plastic cup, yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say, and now I'm really pissed. What were we just talking about before Yahtzee? Bruno Mars. You know what else kind of bothers me about him? It's just like he's a good singer and everything, but like from the Grammys I caught, from this year, he won for that one song of his, and it sound what is it? You make me feel
like
that one. It sounds like every Police song.
it does sound a little
It
bit
is
like
the
the
exact
Police.
same rhythm. Like I played a game with it. I sang like 3 Police songs in a row, and it was the same exact rhythm and pacing, and it was hilarious. and then it just reminded me of the 4-chord game. Like that. Have you guys heard about that? There's like this band in Australia that like played this these like 4 chords, and then those chords are the same chords to a whole bunch of pop songs that have come out in the last 30 years.
Huh.
It's actually like amazing. Like maybe I can link it to you guys, but
I'll try to find that.
that's probably not even what it's called. That's just what my friend Doug calls it.
That's
But,
interesting.
yeah, and it's like it really makes you think because it's like they do all, and but at the same time it's like how could it's sort of hard to not sound the same because it's like songs have been going on forever.
Music has been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, I'm sure everything sounds the same at this point. I can't remember the name of the band.
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'll
they were
look it up.
Australian group, and like it went from like Journey to Lady Gaga to some other people. It was so good too.
Yeah.
Anywho,
I don't think anyone in music, and it's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily like a bad thing, but I don't think anyone in music is like truly, truly original. But it's not a bad thing.
no, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, it's hard to be original now anyway,
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to.
It would be great.
Unless you're Daft Punk, then you can just be awesome.
Yeah.
You know what annoys me though? I've got a friend who is a huge, huge Madonna fan, who for this reason and this reason alone, he despises Lady Gaga.
I don't like Madonna.
I
I
don't
love
like.
Lady Gaga, but I don't like Madonna.
I mean, I like Lady Gaga is perfectly fine. Like, I don't particularly like Madonna. I don't think she can sing.
Madonna is a bitch.
I like Madonna's music, but I don't like her as a person.
Me
No.
neither.
She's a
Particularly.
total bitch from what I've heard. And from what I've seen of her, she's kind of a diva in the worst way.
I don't like anyone putting on a fake British accent to try and sound sophisticated. I mean, I really have a problem with that.
I liked 80s Madonna. 90s Madonna was alright. 2000s Madonna is terrible, except for that one song she did with Justin Timberlake. The
Yeah.
2000s Madonna is like fucking awful.
Yeah,
Fran,
that's
you don't
good
like people who have fake British accents? Well, I don't like people who adopt children who already have families. That's fucking creepy. Am I the only one who remembers that? She went to Africa to adopt a baby, and like she found one, but it already had a family, so she like paid them off and took the baby with her.
I don't remember that.
Hang on,
Yeah,
I don't either.
Right,
You
what's the
think
matter with you?
that's what she did.
Essentially, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, like, I mean, granted, the kid lived in, like, squalor and stuff, but it had a family. But it's like, no, I'm gonna take this one. I like this one.
Why not? Why not give the family money?
Nah.
I mean, God knows she's got enough of it.
Well, I mean, what are they gonna do with it out in like that dirt in Africa?
I don't know. Buy clothes, buy medicine, buy something. You can do something.
At home, you know, you can build. I mean, it's like a really good example of this. Like, there's a British show. There's a British charity called Comic Relief that was set up by comedians.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, every year they have a night on TV called Red Nose Night, which is like a fundraising night, and they'll have, you know, comedy sketches and like a live telethon and all this really cool stuff. And they sometimes they get comedians, they go out and they do reports on these things. And there's a British comedian called Lenny Henry who he went over there, and even though this was completely against the rules, you know, he didn't want to be a hypocrite. He met this family and he felt compelled to buy them a home. So he did. And I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great, because what he recognised was that he had enough money to do that. You know, if he could help them, why the hell not? You know, why not actually help them as opposed to, you know, going over there and making himself look good?
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's what sucks now about charities, is that, like, celebrities will do it, but you feel like they're doing it not because it's the right thing to do, but because they just want to look good in the eyes of the public. And, like, that's, you know, it's good you're helping, but, like, do it for the right reasons, you know? You've got $1 billion. I'm sure you can spare $1 million or two, but don't be a douchebag about it. Be like, oh, well, I just want to do it for the children, you know? Where are the cameras?
I mean,
over there.
And I feel like these people make enough money anyway. You know, they can always give more. You know, I don't think as an actor, if I earned that much money, I could live with myself unless I gave a substantial amount of it away. Because I mean, if you gave all that money to like some countries in the third world, that would make like an astronomical amount of difference.
I know, and that's one of the reasons I love Tom Hiddleston. He has been helping. I forget the name. This one charity.
UNICEF.
What was it?
UNICEF.
Yeah, he's been like a huge UNICEF supporter, and like he helped like do some hunger strike thing, or like where you minimalize what you eat. He's been like sending all this. He's been like going to Africa to help people get like vaccinations and stuff like that. He like really takes it seriously, you know?
Yeah, and I mean like Angelina Jolie, like I find her irritating as a person, but I mean fair play to her, like she pretty much makes money to give it away. And then you look at someone like Bono, who like he'll put on a big rock concert and he'll actively say this isn't for charity, this is a political statement. And it's like, I'm sorry, how naive are you, okay? You could make more difference making this for charity, but you want to make it a political statement so that you can carry on making money.
You're doing it for the starving children.
Yeah, that really annoyed me, the whole Live 8 thing. That was a joke. That made no difference. Like, if you're so arrogant as a celebrity that you think you have the power to, like, make poverty history and teach the kids how to sing again. Like, you're just living in a fantasy world.
Well, I mean, he must do it out of, like, good conscience, like...
I think he probably
he does it out of, you know, he's not doing it for any bad reason.
Yeah, I think he probably started out with good intentions, but then it just, you know, became like, oh, this is good for publicity or something.
I guess so. I just think he should have made it a charity event, because then he would have known that some real good would have come from it. It just seems very arrogant.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Wow, what were we even talking about? Where did we start?
I don't know, we were talking about Madonna.
I don't.
and how I hate the MDNA album. That's a terrible album.
Wait, whose album?
The last album she released. It was like 2 years ago or something. She released MDNA, and it was awful.
Is that Justin Timberlake on it?
Oh no, that was God, what was that one? That was actually alright.
That was like in the Get Smart soundtrack.
The album was actually alright. I don't remember, but I don't remember what it was called either. But 4 Minutes that she with Justin Timberlake. That's a great song. I love that song. But MDNA is a terrible album.
You're gonna be really happy right now. Can I tell you why?
Why?
I am eating the biggest lump of cheese.
Oh, cool. Am I the cheese person? Like, is that just me?
I knew you'd approve. Do you remember one of our first shows?
Huh?
One of our first shows, it was called Cheese Break.
Yeah, I know, because I was eating some cheese.
You were eating a lot.
I am the best character on this podcast.
So good.
Sorry, my nostalgia button just went insane. I had to do that.
No, that's alright. That's what it's all about. Alright, that was some good cheese, but I'm going to stop eating now.
There's some provolone downstairs that I really want. I want it now.
Oh god, that's a really good South Park joke. When like Dr. Mephisto, I think the scientist, he wants to splice a squirrel with a piece of provolone.
Yeah, I just saw that. He's like, "Glass, Kevin, I have successfully put together a squirrel with a block of provolone cheese."
It's great because it's the fact that it's provolone cheese that makes it funny.
And then he's just like, "Now no one will ever get their squirrels mixed up with their cheese. Think of all the possibilities." and I'm watching it and I'm thinking, I think the only possibility that would ever be was it would be a hell of a dog treat.
Oh man, that would be. Actually, that's one thing. I can never remember whether dogs are allowed to eat cheese.
No, not really.
No.
They're not? Oh.
No.
Why?
Well, my dog's in trouble because my dad spoils that dog. Oh my god.
My parents spoil ours.
I don't think that it's like poisonous or anything. It'll just upset their stomach.
We only really give him like meat and stuff. Like, oh, here's some unseasoned burger.
Like, no, seriously, guys. My dad is like, he tries a hard ass, but then like the minute my dog just gives him that look, he'll just like give him a little something. Like every time my dad sits down to eat or just has anything with food, he'll be right there waiting for something to drop or waiting for him to just like give him something. And he always does. And I'm just
my dad's like that with one of their cats that just claimed him. He's like, I'm a grumpy old man, and you're a grumpy old man. I'm gonna keep you.
I know they do that. It's like once they know you're a sucker, they're just like they latch onto you.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like, hello, food.
My dad gives mine potato chips all the time. Just potato chips. If he's eating a sandwich with potato chips, like, here's 5 potato chips. Oh, here's 10 more.
I know.
To be fair, if I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich, I split it with my dog.
It's a wonder my dog is not really fat right now. I mean, I'm glad he isn't, but still, my dad just always is giving him.
Yeah.
Our cat basically abandoned us because the elderly women next door, they fed him like salmon and things like that. I guess because they were kind of lonely and they liked having a cat on the street. But our cat basically just stopped eating at our house because we just fed it.
Wow, your cat's awesome.
Like it's like it become like Frasier. It discovered like the finer things in life and it projected its working class roots.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Your cat is a snob. Now it eats caviar now it's like one of those fancy feast cats in the commercials. It eats from like a crystal bowl with like caviar next to it.
I love it whenever I give my cat the wrong flavor of food and she just kind of walks off like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I really want to see a video of you voicing your cat, Heather.
I was actually talking to my cat so much, at one point I was like, should I be concerned? And I was like, nah, fuck it. She meows back.
Sometimes I'll voice my dog and he sounds like an illiterate hillbilly. Like a bit like dunk, this is what my dog sounds like. Like that's what my dog sounds like in my head.
There's a guy that does that. There's I don't remember his name, but there's this guy on YouTube who like he takes other people's animal footage, probably with their consent, and dubs it over with like their own voice.
Yes, I love that guy. I love that guy so much.
Speaking of cats, I just looked behind me and my cat was on the couch sleeping and her feet were twitching and then her tongue was going in and out of her mouth.
I love when
I thought she
animals
was a
dream.
lizard.
Animals sometimes, like, I notice this with cats. Cats will sometimes do things that, from a human perspective, just look insane.
Well,
Like,
She has her tongue hanging out of her mouth half the time anyway.
we probably look insane to them too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love when my dog sleeps and he'll dream, like he'll switch his feet in his sleep and like kind of bark, like he'll make this like, actually he has barked in his sleep. It's really fucking funny. He'll just like
Aww.
in his sleep. It's really funny.
I think she started growling in her sleep once and it was hilarious.
Can I ask you guys something? Do you guys, to a certain extent now, because I don't have a pet, and I've never really been an animal person, do you guys treat your animals like humans, like they're part of the family? Because
My parents do, yeah. My parents treat our dog like a baby.
I've definitely observed this.
Like an actual human baby.
Yeah.
I think we do. Like, I mean, my parents spoil him. Like, he's their only pet, so like they spoil him. And plus, I think we treat him like a human because we think he talks. Like, he growls a lot, and we sort of encourage that. And probably that's not the best behavior for him, but like he likes to talk and grunt. So we're just like, I have conversations with him on a daily basis, and it's just us going like,
No, I'm glad this is normal though, because my auntie Anne has 2 cats. No, 3 now. There's one that she kind of adopted. Actually, the name she gave it is really funny. Like, it hated one of her other cats, so she called it Nemesis. So I think it's kind of a good name. But no, I mean, no, the way she talks to these 3 cats and the way she treats them, like her last name is obviously Kilshaw, like mine. So like, if she's cross with them, she'll be like Nemesis Kilshaw. And and it's like in every other way. Like, she was a real, like, in the 60s and 70s, a real, like, political activist, like, very, very shrewd and intelligent. And then, like, you get her around these cats, and she's just like, ooh, hoo, hoo. Like,
yeah.
Fran, that's what happens with people when they're around animals. I mean, people who have hearts and souls.
Yeah.
It's like
my
you
brother
can't not talk like a baby in front of them. It's just
my brother
Kind of like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
My brother hugs the dog, kisses the dog, sings to the dog voluntarily. I don't think he's ever hugged me voluntarily in his entire life.
Aww.
He hugs the dog more than he hugs me or anyone else in this house.
that's really a boy thing though, like a teenage boy thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the most, like, affectionate people. It's probably easier for a teenage boy to be affectionate with an animal than for them to be affectionate with another person.
But Fran, everybody is weird with their pets. I cannot tell you how my sister is with her cats. Like, my sister's already kind of a goofy, kooky person, but like with her cats, she has like lists of nicknames for them that she just has in the back of her mind, and she allows them to just do all of their goofy behavior, and she sings songs, and they're just like total nutballs. It's hilarious.
This is interesting because it's totally true. This is totally true. Like, the nickname thing, like, my cousin Rob will sometimes go up to his 2 cats and, like, They're called. This is Rob, as in Anne's son. My auntie Anne's son, Rob, my cousin. And he'll go up to these two cats, and like they're called Wolfie and Jack. And yeah, he's gone up to Wolfie and just been like, Mr. Trinidad, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from, Mr.
What kind of name is Woofy for a cat?
Wolfie.
Yeah, that's a weird name for a cat anyway.
Like wolf.
Either way,
Yeah.
they're not in the same fucking not the same species, but like, yeah, I get how that's weird. Yeah,
Maybe it's because he's grey. Could be because he's grey.
maybe. Yeah, no, I'll when I barely ever say my dog's name because I'll just say like gibberish, like come here, like I'll just start naming off gibberish that starts with either boo or poo or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll just descend into gibberish, and he knows that I'm talking to him, so.
Yeah, I usually go with Miss Kitty or Sweetie when I'm talking to her. Her name is Lenore.
Uh-huh.
And she's just, I talk to her all the damn time. Usually it consists of her, because she's some kind of, the vet just said she was Oriental. I found her. I don't know what breed she is, but I'm thinking she's Tonkinese based on how she looks, and they talk a lot. They're like Siamese cats. So she'll meow, and then I'll just go, what? And then she'll meow, and I'll go, what? And we usually go back and forth for that. Like,
my dog
minutes.
does that when he barks at me.
Jack.
When my dog barks at me, I'll just go, what do you want? And he'll bark at me again, and I'm like, what do you want? And he'll bark at me again, and I'll say, shut up, and he'll bark at me again.
That's me and Jack. Like he'll like just growl. He'll make like his growling noise, and I'll be like, what? What do you want? And then we'll just end up growling and grunting at each other, and we wrestle a little. He's just like, "Rawr."
Yeah.
And he just has so much to tell me, and I just coo, and I'm like, oh, my little man, my little cutie pie, and I just,
Yeah, I mean, me and my dad were talking about that yesterday. Like, that's why it's so sucky to try to take care of a sick animal, because, like, they can't tell you what's wrong with you, or what's wrong with them. It's like, I want to know what's wrong with you and why you're being lethargic and why you're having diarrhea, but I don't know why. Why won't you tell me?
it is
Freak
so
out if she like coughs.
Yeah.
I treat her like I treat her better than I would probably treat my own children.
It is so impossible, especially for me, to just not baby talk to an animal. It's like, how can you not, you know?
Yeah.
They're just so cute.
Also, everything is a puppy. It could be an actual puppy or like
I know. My dog is 11 now, but I still call him my puppy. You'll always be my pup. I love my puppy.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, that's how I talk to babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'll go up to a baby and be like, rah, da 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 da, and the way you were describing the way you talk to your dog, like that's it.
Yeah, well, he is our baby. We treat him like one. He is the prince of the family. Sometimes, I mean, we call him that, but he thinks he's the king. So
No,
It's kind of like whenever I go over somebody's house and they have a cat or a dog, I'm like, okay, I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I try to be social, but then I'm just like, but there's a cute kitty.
What you said about the dog being the king, right? Again, my cousin he'll put his cat on like a really comfortable cushion, and then if he wants to take him anywhere, he'll just like parade him along like it's a throne.
Yeah. If my dog's wrapped in a blanket and I want to move him somewhere, I'll pick up the blanket with him.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that. I'd have to be just like, move, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that with Jack, because he's, like, kind of big, and plus he gets mad when you try to move him, so I'm just like, go away, and so he's just like, rrr. Especially on the couch. He's kind of possessive about the couch. That's, like, his perch, his spot.
Usually I'm just like, go sleep on your daddy's stuff.
Yeah. My dog likes to sleep on warm, clean laundry. Which pisses my mom
laundry. She gets on my nerves when she'll, like, sleep in my husband's dirty laundry because they'll leave it on the floor, and I'm like, no, why would get out of his underpants? What's wrong with you?
Thing as well, like animals are gross, and this is something that people seem to accept quite readily. Like I was round at my cousin's house, where like obviously like my auntie and the cats and everything, and yeah, the cat was walking around on the table. and like sitting its arse down on the fruit bowl, and I'm like, why are you so readily accepting of your cat's arse being on all the fruit? I can't eat that now.
See, that's where my OCD steps in. I'm like,
My dog, every day he has just a schedule. My dog has a schedule of about every 30 minutes to an hour every day. All through the day, 24 hours. Every 30 minutes to an hour, he has to lick his penis.
Oh God,
well, that's what dogs do, you know.
Yeah.
No, I have
guy dog.
I have a story about this. When I used to babysit when I was a teenager, there was this family that had this dog that I swear had some kind of mental illness, because I mean it would lick itself, but like ferociously and for like periods of an hour, and in circles, and it looked like it had mange. I felt so sorry for it.
Oh.
I came round one day, and I couldn't see this dog Bosun. It was called Bosun, which I think is an odd name for a dog.
I kind of like it.
I came round and I said to the little girl, like, oh, where's Bosun? Like really hopefully, I was thinking like maybe Bosun's dead.
Oh, Fran.
I got round there and I said, oh, where's Bosun? And this little girl goes, oh, we've got another dog now. And I'm like, you're kidding, right? And the dad's like, nope, buddy, get on out here. And out comes this big fucking Rottweiler.
Oh my God. Rottweilers are awesome, though. I like Rottweilers.
Having to look after the two of them, plus 2 children under 5, that was the worst babysitting job of my life.
I love the way you were so hopeful about the dog maybe being dead.
I know, Fran. Jesus. You're not an animal person.
Another interesting bit of trivia about that family is the dad then went on to have gender reassignment surgery.
Oh.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that killed the topic, didn't it?
Now I'm still laughing about that. Maybe Bone's dead.
You always do this version of my voice with a really, really upper class British accent. Is that how I really sound?
No, I was doing like almost an impression of you with an American accent.
So, being the weirder that I am into freaky pictures. So I sent everybody freaky pictures, and I doubt any of them are gonna look at it, but.
Can I see one?
I sent it to you guys in the Skype thing.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, like I don't know why, but just weird, creepy stuff like that just always interests me because I don't know, because I don't have enough weird shit in my brain. I need to expand upon it.
Holy crap!
I know. I kind of like some of them, but some of them are genuinely messed up. And for those who are listening, what I mean is just like, you know, people once in a while will have like links of just old photos that are just really creepy looking. That's what I'm talking about. And like, yeah, especially if they're out of context, because they usually are.
Yeah, like these ones, they're all kind of black and white pictures, really sort of grainy. And this one in particular, the dad, or I'm assuming the dad, looks like Lurch. Like then you've got the mum.
Which dad? The first one? Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Then the mum is real kind of like, you know, stern and matriarchal. And then the kid looks possessed.
The kid doesn't look like a kid. It looks like, I don't know, the head doesn't look like it's attached to the body.
I think a lot of these look really creepy because of how long it took the photos. For them to take the photos, they couldn't smile for that long, so they all look really serious.
Yeah.
So it adds to the creep factor.
It's so weird to me that, like, back then people wouldn't smile. Like, my grandma, like, when she was around, I think she told me that just, like, they wouldn't smile, and I was just like, why? I'm actually thinking of maybe taking one of these pictures and making it like a profile picture of mine, because I love weirding people out. It's so much fun.
Do you know what I think is weird is that people are going to be looking at pictures of us in 150 years, sans any context, and we're going to look that creepy.
No, because just that doesn't make sense, because some of these pictures are just naturally creepy, and, like, it doesn't matter what time era they're in. Like, I'm looking at one right now of the 2 kids holding hands and their faces are blurry. Like, that's creepy no matter what the era, because they have, like, Jacob's Ladder-esque faces. Or it's
Yeah,
just like they're moving so quickly you can't see them. Yeah, some of these are like, it doesn't matter the air, they're just naturally creepy.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's like this one, like, it's, this is my favorite. It's a guy and he's got a dummy, on his shoulder.
Oh, that one is genuinely terrifying. I can't even look at it. Oh.
It's not terrifying because the dummy is blacked up, although that is also very, very creepy.
They
because
both
it's just,
have those creepy smiles.
and it looks like the dummy is controlling him, like he's whispering intimidating things in this poor man's ear. The man can do nothing about it. The man looks terrified.
No, he doesn't. They both look like they're gonna go kill the president.
I think that guy looks scared. I think that guy looks like he's saying, "Get me out of this situation, for God's sake, get me out."
I think my favorite and one that I might be considering for a profile picture is the one with the kids wearing the Disney masks and the car in the background's on fire. That's near the bottom. There's like there's like a Popeye mask, 2 Mickey Mouse masks, and a Donald Duck mask. They're all holding hands. In the background,
that is creepy. Disney in kind of a creepy context, like, or
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, masks. I think masks are creepy. I think Disney is creepy out of context. This is creepy as hell because the car is on fire.
And they're just like, Walt told us to.
We need to make this our profile picture on the podcast, Greer.
Oh, which one? Which one?
It's the kids in the Disney mask with
Alright.
the burning car.
Got it.
That is creepy as hell.
I mean, cracker now, I'm sorry. I took the phone downstairs, and now I got a box of crackers.
Awesome.
And they're really good.
Greer, getting back to my teeth, I was going to say it's 5:30 in the afternoon, and I haven't brushed them yet today.
Oh, okay. Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Hey, you know what, man? I was just thinking about like, what if pictures from us hundreds of years now will be creepy? Wouldn't that would be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Well, I'm trying to think of like, okay, I'm gonna go through my profile pictures and find something that in years and years and years entirely out of context. Actually, I think I might have.
If we're going by profile pictures, I think I have one I can use, and I'm gonna send it to you guys because it's one of my favorites.
Okay, I think I might have found one. Hang on, we'll look at yours first, Georgia.
I'm trying to find it. I have so many.
Yeah, just endless for me. Okay, here we go. I have an album of photos, which are like me in bed or me going to bed, and they're kind of an homage to Ricky Gervais's bath pictures.
I remember those. I'm like, oh my god, she's losing her mind. When you posted those at first.
Oh, let's see. Like, I just found mine, but I want to see yours first.
Okay, well, me just looking really sort of schlubby, and the thing is, if you're a fan of like Ricky Gervais, or just you go online and you happen to have seen his bath pictures, you'll kind of know what I'm homaging.
What do you need pictures? Like, he pictures of himself in the tub?
Yeah. Just looking really fat, really schlubby, you know, like, he'll purposely maneuver his face so he's got, like, 8 chins, like, out of context, this album of photos in hundreds and hundreds of years would make no sense. Nobody would know that that's what I would reference. I would just look like a lunatic.
Kind of.
I think I remember when you uploaded these.
I'm
just like, oh my god, do I need to call 911?
Okay, that last one, though, on the album is not that bad.
Yeah, the last one's alright.
Because you actually look like normal.
The last one is meant to be, yep, don't worry guys, everything's back to normal.
Okay.
Okay, well,
depending on the order that you look at them in, everything starts off okay and normal, and then gradually I get more and more mental.
And then by the end she's just cracked. And that's
how about this? I'll use one of these for the picture for the podcast.
Well, wait, here's mine. This is an old one from my first year of college. So.
Okay. See.
Fran, would you be okay with that if I used one of those pictures?
That's fine, but look at this picture of Georgia. Oh my god.
I am going to. Hold on.
Holy crap.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Georgia,
wait, is that the one where you were posing with Beyonce, or is that something else?
No.
Whoa, back the truck up, posing with Beyonce.
No.
You were posing with the statue of Beyonce at the Wax Museum, and I thought that was the best picture of you you've ever taken.
Thank you. This is from actually just a really random and hilarious day in our cafeteria, and we were all just being goofy and just silly. So, I think in that picture we were all making silly faces. Even my silly face.
I'll have to find that picture of you with the Beyonce statue, because that is the greatest picture of you I've ever seen.
Guys, I think I'm going to have to go, because I'm going out tonight, and I've got a spaghetti bolognese on the hob, which looks about done.
On a hob.
What does on the hob mean?
Oh, it on the top bit of the oven.
Oh.
The stove.
Yeah, the
Wait,
stove.
I have to find that thing of me and Beyonce. I'm getting there. There's a lot of pictures. That was actually a really fun trip. We went to the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in New York City, and it was a blast.
Yeah,
And then there was that time I met Beyonce.
I met Beyonce. Madame Tussauds is awesome, though. We have one in England as well.
I've been to the one in California, and I've been to the one in New York, and I
That's
walked.
it. Yep, that's the picture.
I walked by the one in London, but I didn't get to go in. But
Wait, let me see, because I haven't seen this picture.
this to me was
Best picture of you I've
Beyonce.
ever seen.
Ah, that's amazing!
Love it.
You're doing the
fucking love
single
it.
legs pose. That's awesome.
I want, before I die, I want to see that picture. That's what
I think you look way hotter than Beyonce there, I'm just saying.
Oh. I try, but I don't know. It can never be as hot as her, even in wax figure form.
She's not all that. Actually, she totally is.
That was a good trip, though. Like, if you ever go to New York City, like, definitely go there. It's kind of cheap. It's like $30 a person, so it's a relatively good price.
Yeah, I didn't go to Madame Tussauds. I guess because I had already been to the London one, I didn't kind of think to go there. Like, I didn't have much time when I was in New York.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when you're visiting, there's so much to see, you know? You can only do so much.
I want to go back. I need to go back.
Shoot, and I'll meet up with you, because I love the city.
That would be amazing. That would
was
be so
awesome.
That
Let's
would
all meet up in New York City and take over.
Seriously, let's do it.
Woo!
That would be cool.
I'd be all over that. Totally.
I'm gonna have to shoot off now, guys. Anyone?
Yeah, me too.
Does anyone have anything to plug?
Nope.
I'm working on my new episode. I can't say when it'll be available because I am being lazy about it. I know, but I don't know. It'll come out eventually.
I'm gonna plug
Okay.
these Townhouse Flip Sides pretzel crackers, cheddar flavor. They're really yummy.
Would this be our first product placement of those girls?
Yep.
I believe it would. Oh, that's a milestone.
Keebler,
Hooray!
Kellogg's, I love you.
Come
Keebler
sponsor us.
Townhouse, I fucking love you. But it's said without any sarcasm. I do love these crackers a lot.
Actually, that's just reminded me of another really good Simpsons joke when Mr. Burns wants to start a cult and he can't think of a logo, and then he's just like, we'll use this special K.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I watch too much television. Okay, guys, I'm off, but have a really good time playing Cards Against Humanity, and have a good time whatever you're doing, Heather.
Whatever Heather's doing.
Taking over the world, presumably.
More than likely.
Alright, guys, so are we signing off?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Go eat some Townhouse crackers. They're delicious.
Townhouse
Yeah.
They're the crackers that are everywhere you want to be, in Greer's mouth.